welcome to our new pencil storage. So these are just a few of Maggie's pencils.
Just a few.
Just a few. And how many have you got in here, Maggie?
I have got 178. I love this.
It's full, so you can store 178 pencils. If you have a fetish like Maggie does, that's a few of your collection. If you're a bit normal like me, that would be most of my pencils.
Don't forget you can smell them as well, Kay, which is really lovely.
Yeah, and you can smell them as well. There we go.
But you can easily pick them. That's why I asked you to do it, Kay.
So you need to pick out what colours you want.
Yeah.
So you've got the 2 tiers, so you can get the ones in the middle nice and easily. You can also, if they wear down, you can put them in the middle so you can see them a bit better. But anyway, that's the pencil storage, so we're just going to put it together now. Okay.
Fab. Thank you, Kay.
We're going to be putting together our brand new pencil storage system. So it's a round system. So what we're going to do first is put the base on, the Lazy Susan base on. So I've already screwed the base to the base plate, which is the one with the hole in. So that was just putting 4 screws in, and that's how that's done. Okay, and then we're going to line up that hole and that hole over the top, and then line it up so we can see our screw holes. So oops, I'm going to put that into place. So that's one. And what I tend to do is I find when I've got it lined up, I'll put my screwdriver in, and then I make sure this is equal distance all the way around. And I tend to find, when I've done that, it lines up, so I can just switch that over a tad, and that lines up my holes. So that's just about lined up enough. So I can start putting those in. And it's always best to use a magnetic screwdriver if you can. If you don't, you can use a little bit of blue tack on the end of the screw just to keep it in place. It just makes life easier. So screw that in place. That goes all the way through. Right, okay, so this is the base done. Okay, I'm going to put the rest of the pieces together. So I'll put that to one side, and you've got, that's for your top tier, and that's for your bottom tier. So these will lock together. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. And then you have lots of pieces with lots of holes in, and they all have a mark on one side.
You can't see it with the other bits underneath.
So if I take these out of the way, you can see this nice and clearly now.
Perfect.
Right, that one is that one. That one is here.
Come forward. Perfect.
Okay, and then that one is there, and that's on the top tier like that. Okay, so when you do that, all those will line up. Okay, and it's important you do that so all the holes match. Okay, that's why they're there. Okay, so we'll start with back to the base.
Make sure I'm cleaned out.
And I'm going to put this, slot this in together. Oops, it just slots in like so, and just make sure you got it the right way around. That's wrong because that piece here is 6mm and that is 3mm, so you want to make sure that you got both bits the right way around. So I'm looking at it, looking hopefully.
Did you have them right?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I have now. There we go. So they fit like that. Okay, and there's a little bit of give just to make life easier for you. Okay, so get your glue. And then I just put a little bit of, just to make it nice and firm, it's just a little bit of glue that side and that side. Put that down. Okay, and I'm going to put glue in the centre and at the ends. Can you see that all right?
Yeah, we can now. Yeah.
Okay, and then that's going to fit into that cross there. So just fit that into. So it fits into that cross there like that. Okay, so that's your first bit done. Okay, and then you get another piece with your holes in. So this is the one with the circle out the front, and you got your holes. So this bit here, I'm having to face me, and it will fit parallel to one of these. So it's going to fit like that, and then I'm just going to glue that into place.
And it should all lock in fairly easily, shouldn't it?
It should do, yes. Yes, it took quite a while to work it out.
It's a fab job.
So I'm hoping it does, because it did in practice. So there we go. So that goes on like that. So now I'm making sure that that piece there that I can see is directly in front of me. And that just sticks in like that. So you can see where that piece is there. Okay? Right, so that's the first piece. And then we're going to put the next one on. So again, I'm making sure that lines up with that. Okay, and that's going to fit there, like that. So I'm just going to glue these bits. A little bit too much glue, but that'll be fine. Okay. And then just make sure that they line up. So I'm just going to wiggle around and get these right. They should just slot in. You'll notice that these slots are all slightly different sizes, so that everything, so you don't mix the different pieces up together. Why isn't it? That's it. And it fits in like that. Okay, so you know when it's flush there, so you know it's fitting there like that. So as you can see, that and that is lined up. Okay. So I'm going to place it together. So I'm going to be using, these two look very similar, but that is slightly longer than that slot there. So I want the slightly longer ones, and I'm going to use that to line up again, and then I'm going to stick it so it looks like that. So is that quite clear? So I'm going to put some glue on now.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's lined up with that, and that is lined up with that, because you've done that earlier. Okay.
Are both those circles the same size, Kay?
Yes, I think they are actually. But the slots are different, so
yeah,
that's why you don't get mixed them up. So if I just put the glue on, dot that round. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that that lines up with that. And then you can just let everything slots in together like that. So that should all line up nicely together like that. Okay, then we're going back to these ones. So I'm going to slot these in. So you'll notice again on these, that is the smaller and that's larger. Okay, so that's 6mm and that's 3mm. So you want this one faces in, going to be fitting in like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is put some glue on.
So basically when you're locking the support struts in, they're locking into a deeper hole each time.
They're on the top and the bottom are, yeah. Okay, and then we're just going to slot these in. So they all slot into place just like that. And I've make sure that that lines up with that, and that lines up with that. Okay, and you can't check this enough. Okay, and then I'm going to use the top one. Is going to fit on the top again, making sure that fits and matches all the other notches as well. Okay, so I'll just put some glue on that. And when I did practice this a bit earlier, just to make sure they fitted perfectly all right, it was a bit. So anyway, let's see if it fits in nicely.
Silly kittens.
It was silly kittens, yes, that's better. And it was, it's going to play. Oh, there you go, here it goes. Okay, that's flush. So you know that's flush. Okay, and just to reiterate, that lines up with that, that lines up with that. So they all line up together. So then you know everything's in the right coordination. So we can just put a few pens in, my glamorous assistant. So you can put some pens in the top, so you can see those line up straight, and then at the bottom, they line up straight.
And how many does this hold?
And this holds, and we have it verified by 4 different sources, 178 pencils. So my glamorous assistant,
I'm just filling one up.
She's filled hers up. So we've showed it at the beginning, and we'll show it again. So that's it, and I would leave that set for probably overnight, and then, to be honest, I'll probably spray paint it. But you can glue it, but I would definitely decorate it after I've put it together.
And the little one on the top is designed for shorter pencils, isn't it?
It's easy. Well, it's shorter pencils. Also, it's easiest access, because if it's all in one level, to get in the ones in the middle are more difficult. So it's raised up, so it's easier access as well. And you can see all your colours. So there we go.